What's up, sassy gamers, and welcome to another episode of Got Our Attention podcast. I'm Mike, as usual, or Zycia. I'm also here with Brian and Kelly today. What's up, Day Drinker in Phoenix?
What's up?
Doing good. Shook a bit, but
yeah,
doing good.
I mean, I feel like since we switched the format, it feels like it takes 2 weeks almost. Like it feels like it's forever since the last time I see you guys or talk to you. Even though I talk to you guys and see you guys like pretty much every day, but just because of the recording process of this, it just makes it feel like I just don't talk to you guys that much anymore.
I've not seen you enough recently.
That's true though. I have been busy, but I took a vacation, a little family vacation. We did the whole family vacation thing. It was interesting. But did that. Now
whole family.
The work has been kind of crazy as well. So it's like basically wake up, work, get off work, and then I'm ready to go to sleep. So it's like been kind of wild. But things happen, things ramp up, things kind of tend to go down. So it's whatever. It'll eventually work out, I guess. So how have y'all been? Have y'all been good?
Well, Brian, you mentioned you were
good.
shook,
I mean,
though.
Because at least we haven't had just Kelly and Bruno left on the podcast, which is apparently venerated and been around podcast for a while. Giant Bomb now pretty much has none of its core members left. I guess Rory is still there. And he definitely was from early on, but Jeff Gerstmann, one of the co-founders, literally 2 days ago left Giant Bomb, which is pretty crazy.
Serious?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy because they just made that announcement. Was it last year or God? I feel like it was.
Okay, so
the Red
Venture buyout was about a year ago, give or take.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm here. We're gonna move on. We're gonna continue doing things." And
sure, you will, Jeff.
I guess his time ran out. I mean, he's been doing it a very long time. He's ready to do something else with his life, and I don't blame him. There's a lot of other things that you could totally do. So maybe he'll take up gardening or something.
Well,
I will tell you.
So it was September 2020. So
so it was 2 years. Oh my God.
Not 2 years, but
year and a half, I guess.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no. That's almost 2 years ago, guys. You do realize it's June.
yeah, that's true.
But still the beginning, June, July, August, September. I mean, that's almost a year and a half.
Yeah, no, that's a year and 3/4.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So you said shook, and it scared me because I got almost shook when I had attended a kid's birthday party the other day, and they told me that they texted me like a day later and was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Should I not be?" And she's like, "Well, apparently 15 people from my party came down with a stomach virus."
No.
And I'm like, "Oh crap. Am I close enough to the bathroom right now? I need to make sure that I'm ready to go if I need to."
Know if you suddenly need to go to the bathroom? Like you didn't hear about it and then contract.
I mean, I don't know. The last one I had was scary. So
I get you. If in the middle of that sentence, while they're telling you that they said, "Oh my God, 15 people came down," and you're like, "COVID, monkeypox."
Oh God, yes. I mean, in this world, I was like, "Oh great,
a bad stomach flu," and you're like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
No, I got to be honest. I'm afraid to say these words out loud because I'm so afraid I'm going to jinx myself. But I've been vaccinated. I had, after my second dose, gotten my, the COVID feel, what COVID feels
real.
like, right?
Yep, got wrecked.
And I also have had several stomach viruses, one of which landed me in two of which landed me in the, was it the, not emergency room, but the
urgent care or something?
Urgent care, yeah.
Yeah.
And I needed IVs and drugs for that.
Yeah.
I'm, like I said, afraid to say this out loud, but I would rather get COVID than a stomach virus.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, but
hate throwing up.
No, I'm right there with you though, because like we actually got one because like my kid's in daycare and he came home with one in November and it wrecked the whole house. It wrecked him, and 24 hours later it hit my wife. 24 hours later it hit me. 24 hours it hit my mother, and then 24 hours it hit my father. Like it went through the whole house, and my parents like live with us, but like they took care of him to help us out, and then like it was crazy. But it sounded like they got that, and it is a virus, so I don't know if maybe our immunity was built up a little bit from the one previously, if it was the same thing. Yeah. But my stomach did hurt. Like I had like mine and my wife's stomach both hurt that night. But I just thought it was like, maybe because I ate a bunch of junk food at a barbecue, like, hot dogs and piles of, crap. So I thought that was it. Maybe it was like, the big cupcake that I shoved in my mouth that I shouldn't have. But yeah, it was just interesting like that. That call, like you said, or like Brian said, like, was it monkeypox? Is it COVID? And like, it's just a stomach bug. And I'm like, good God, I'm glad I didn't get that.
I'm glad we're back to, oh my God, did you get the stomach bug too? Yeah, like really. Rather than, oh my God, did you get COVID?
Yeah.
Although people are still getting COVID, so
no, that's true. I actually know more people now that have gotten COVID over the last 2 years. Like, like I feel like I'm one of the last survivors at this point.
My God, we've jinxed ourselves, Mike. You know that. We just both jinxed ourselves.
It's like The Walking Dead at this point. It's just we all have it already. We just have to.
Well, this is not the pandemic cast. So.
Oh man,
let's get a little bit more back on video games. So there was this fun thing. Get this, and this is probably new to a lot of us. It certainly was new to me, but there was a couple of articles out there about a French organization that makes sure that the French language stays sanitized, and they basically issued a statement saying,
offense to any French people.
We have a bunch of words that have been coming in from esports that are very anglicized. We do not want these anglicized words in the language.
Brian, are you referring to the Académie Française?
That's correct. Our
and she corrects me most of the time in English, and then yet she can just speak French too, apparently.
My nephews helped me, and like, we're doing this thing.
But so they basically said, hey, under official use, don't use these anglicized terms. And they didn't just do this because like, I hate computers. They've been around for some time. They started in, I think, 1634, 1635, because some people noticed that these other terms were coming into the French language, and they're like,
"Was that the beginning of IBM and like internet?"
right around that time, exactly.
I think you mean the internet.
Yeah, that was dial-up, right? Is that a thing? Like,
meow.
So that'll come into play a little bit later after the break. No, so they just wanted to be a little bit more careful. Now, the interesting thing is a lot of people like, oh my God, these stuck-up French people are like telling people not to use certain words. Well, no, they're just saying for official use, like, broadcast news, newspapers, any government, especially government forums and stuff like that. Because I mean, like, we have heard about the government of many countries sticking their noses into gaming. Some of them for good reason. Loot boxes are a really good thing that comes to mind, right?
Hammered right now.
So if the government wants to write about something about this that's coming up in esports, and they want to try to protect their citizens from something so terribly bad, right? There are some bad things. And if the game companies aren't going to like regulate it, the governments will. Then they have to use terms that are in French. This makes it difficult. See, that's most people's reaction, because that's the problem. We speak English.
Are you speaking French right now? When you said we, are you referring to that in English? I just want to make sure I keep up.
Or WE.
The problem with English though is it's almost not even a language. because it itself borrows so many words from so many other languages. I mean, the English language came from, Anglo-Saxon and Celtic, which if you hear somebody try to speak Celtic now, you would have absolutely no idea what they're saying. Of course, you could have a Scottishman start talking to you in English and not understand what he's saying.
Or you could have someone as a gypsy from Snatch and say, do you like dags?
Yes.
I like dags.
I was simply because he didn't know how to do the accent for that movie.
There you go. Fun fact.
It was. But yeah, it's I get it. It one thing, it's like, oh, those snobby Frenchmen, and okay, that makes sense. It does make sense.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
It does make sense. It, like you were saying, like from a very American standpoint, it's
why
half the terms we use. Do you want some queso? Let's go get some tacos. We're not saying those correctly either, but those are silly examples of terms that we use every day.
Chevrolet.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That is not how you say supposed to pronounce Chevrolet.
Yeah. And I mean, even everyday words that we maybe use are frequently, tacos and queso, you're like, oh, Mexican. But I mean, there's straight up words that we don't even think of that are borrowed from other languages.
Stuff like that. There are,
Que sera, sera.
Yeah, exactly. There are things that we just, déjà vu. Oh my God, I just experienced déjà vu. We say those and we don't have a problem with it.
Was it feng shui? Is that like the flow of the room or something?
Yeah.
Feng shui.
Yeah.
Feng shui.
Feng shui.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very, very, very easy.
But this whole thing, I did do some research on these terms that like they're streamer, cloud gaming, they're trying to replace with, French terms. But in this research, all I could think of is my very favorite scene from The Simpsons. I'm a huge Simpsons fan. So there's a episode of The Simpsons where Maggie or Lisa wakes up late and she gets on the wrong bus and goes to like West Springfield Elementary and like runs in, is like opens up the door because she's late. She's like, where's Mrs. Krabappel? And this French teacher in this whole classroom. He was like, oh, you silly girl, you're in. They come to the realization that she's not the right school. They're like, you're at West Springfield Elementary or East Springfield Elementary instead of Springfield Elementary. And the whole class goes, and the teacher goes, en francais. And they go, ho, 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 ho. Anyway.
Wait, really quickly before you get into terms, here's some that we use very often. Anonymous. And, we especially in the computer world, we use anonymous a lot. That's from Greek. Loot. We just said loot boxes, right? Loot.
Yeah.
Hindi.
Huh.
Who knew?
Yeah. Wanderlust, German. Cookie is Dutch. Karaoke, okay, Japanese.
Well, like kindergarten. That's literally a German term.
Yeah. Metropolis.
Oh, true.
Greek. Lemon is Arabic. So it's we've got.
Did you know lemons from over there are actually sour and limes are actually sweet or something like that?
I mean, I don't call lemons
in
sweet,
the Middle East.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lemons are sweet.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, lemons from over there, they're sweet. I have a buddy that's Persian. He was telling me about it. And he had some in his house when I was growing up. He was like, check this out. And I was like, I'm good. He's like, no, try it.
Okay.
Did you know?
Quiz Kelly. Can we
shoot.
Let's quiz Kelly.
I know.
Oh, so how would you say esports in
esports? Jeux vidéo de compétition.
Yeah. And no one judge her on her French. She's much better at correcting us in English than French.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
But, okay, so How about that I want to form a union of pro gamers?
Pro gamers would be joueur professionnel. Professionnel.
Or perhaps some of those pro gamers want to transition into being streamers.
Joueur animateur. Hold on. Animateur en direct.
I like that.
Oh my god, we have
Animateur
broken.
en direct.
We have broken the podcast. I don't know what's happening.
En
right
direct.
I like that one. It's
like, the R. The R. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's like a throaty thingy.
Nasally.
And that's the hard part. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. A nasally throaty R. Yeah.
So I mean, even not knowing French, it's like, direct animation.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I'm thinking that joueur is almost like journalist.
I think it's player, because it looks like kind of like Spanish.
Joueur is gaming. So you're gaming over yes, yeah. I'm you can see my gaming. Pro gamer, obviously, joueur professionnel. They did try to, this whole same group tried to get rid of things like Wi-Fi without success. So they tried to change le Wi-Fi from le Wi-Fi to laisser son filet entraîner. And now I've exhausted all of my French. Except for oui. And
I think it is kind of cool because it's this group. They have 40 seats, right? So they can have a maximum of 40 members. They only have 35 right now. They have 40
time's
seats.
selling out. Better sign up now.
Well, that's the thing is you can apply for a seat. Absolutely.
Me?
You have to be well versed in French. Versed in French. So that kind of eliminates all of us.
You're already getting your application has been thrown out.
I'm not even sure Mike is well versed in Spanish
or English.
So he's screwed from all of these countries. But no, it's so yeah. You apply for the seat. They have to accept you, of course, but the reason why you might want to apply for one seat over the other is because when you apply for the seat, one of the things you have to do is you have to eulogize the last person that had that seat. So if you don't like that person, you wouldn't apply for that seat.
Oh, so the seats are like, there's 5 seats, but there's actually like, these are NFTs of seats.
Right,
you're basically telling us.
There's 5 empty seats.
Right, but these seats are NFTs. So like I have to, it's a special seat.
No,
that
stop it. Don't even go there. I will, if I could punch you through this. I am not about solving anything with violence, but when it comes to NFTs, you gotta knock it off.
I mean, it is a thing.
So, and the reason why you got to eulogize the last guy is because these up to 40 members are called the Immortals, and they got really cool uniforms with a sword.
I love it.
and his job is just to be a French guy.
It's not just guys, by the way.
Well,
yeah, we're using the term guys as in like all genders. I might not do good at this guy's name, and I apologize. But I think this is Mauricio Serra, or Sarah. I see. I did more of a Spanish Sarah there. Yeah.
But the picture was taken by Michael Monasse for the French Academy.
The Académie Française.
He just looks like a guy that would just disappoint me.
He doesn't look. He looks disappointed in getting his picture
whatever
taken.
I asked him, he would just be like,
"Not okay."
No.
He's like, "Get it done." He's like my mom when we take pictures. She's like, "Is it done? Is it done? Are we over?"
And actually, I'm a little bit on Mike's side, but a little bit different. I think he would be disappointed in you.
Oh,
no matter who you were.
100.
Like
are those the seats behind him? Is that what I'm saying?
No. The seats are all they're on either side, and they're kind of balcony seating as they go up.
And what do they talk about? They just talk about things that should stay French. That's what they meet up for. They're like, hey guys, 2:00 today. We're going to meet up. We're going to talk about these things that need to stay French.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's talk about le Wi-Fi and esports.
Revolution.
I mean, they have to bring up words that are coming in, and they have to either. So there's first of all there's different. The words come in, and they may be different things. They may be things that people are trying to say to be trendy and look cool because they're like, seriously, this is one of, there's like three main categories.
So this is the Ellis Island of the French language. Like, this
basically,
they have to agree to keep what they want.
Yeah.
They'll just change the name. Like, you don't want that.
Yeah. And then later on, we'll all read the census and then we'll be like, that wasn't their name.
Yeah. In 2015, this word actually meant.
Exactly. They were totally talking about streaming.
To be fair, it's not like we don't have this here. It's just that we don't have it to such a state that they will force, or not force probably is too strong a word, but they won't say that all the government documentation has to follow these particular guidelines. But we very much have similar people that work with the dictionaries and stuff like that to determine what gets added to the English language.
Well, you know why we don't have to like focus on that though, right? Is because we have a website called Urban Dictionary.
That too.
Oh, thank goodness for
and we do it ourselves. We're like, hey, new word, check it out. Here's the link.
Here, I made it myself.
I'm gonna take this word and I'm gonna yeet it into the dictionary.
So,
oh man,
internet, take it away.
Just when you thought you've read everything on the internet.
So I thought it was interesting that part of their process is that they will either, like we heard, use existing French words to describe what it is, because that's very much the ones that we saw for esports. But they also will do neologisms, which is newly created French words derived from existing ones. And so sometimes they will do that as well.
Like the French version of YOLO or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Or some of the Japanese words where they will take the English word and they will kind of translate the sounds into their consonant vowel structure. That
makes sense. I like it.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Would you say professionnel would be one of them? Or
yeah, no, see, that's probably a good one where
compensation.
That's where they probably accepted the Anglicization and then put a French spin on it. That's for sure.
Just having too much fun with this.
I think the most important thing is no gamer should get up in arms in this. They're not saying that French gamers have to like abide by this or anything. It's specifically for people doing broadcast, news, government paperwork, stuff like that. They in no way, shape, or form are trying to go out to the average Frenchman and bonk them over the head if they say, dude, I'm really interested in this, Overwatch esports. That's just not what they're there for.
The last thing I'll add to this, though, is if you would like to comment on this segment or correct my pronunciation or get upset about my pronunciation, please email us at goa@sasgaming.com.
Email us a WAV file or an MP3 with the correct pronunciation, and we will play it.
Yes.
Once we verify you didn't say anything dirty in French.
Yep.
Actually,
I know
we may let Day Drinker read it first, and then we'll verify.
No.
Oh no! I know someone who will be able to proofread this for us. So
yes,
and listen to it for us. Yes,
I know a guy. Google Translate. Let's go.
By the way, never go up to a French woman and say "Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?"
Avec moi. C'est what?
because you think she will get mad because you are asking her to sleep with you, And that's not why she's going to get mad. She's going to get mad because you are butchering the French language and using it all in the wrong way and too formal of a thing. And she's just going to be like, are you just stupid?
Stupid, you dummy.
It's not a real saying in French.
I think she'll just look at you and be like, oh, American.
Oh, pat you on the head and then smoke her cigarette and walk away.
Right? God, we're terrible.
What? You will shoot me with your guns?
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
My wife's gonna hate me. She's like a lot French, so
yeah.
So speaking of shooting and all the other things that are fun to do in games,
careful, that kind of went.
Since the last podcast, Sony has kicked off they did their state of play. Jeff Keighley said, "Can you please put Summer Game Fest on there?" So they did. They obliged him to put it up on one corner for a little bit. And it was officially the start of the Summer Game Fest. And that is, of course, the kind of E3 replacement where everybody gets to make their announcements and everything like that. Sony did it a lot earlier than other ones. They kicked it off Thursday the 2nd, I believe it was. And the next state of play isn't until, I think, tomorrow the 9th. And then there's going to be something on the 12th as well, minimum. And it was pretty interesting. There was the inevitable releasing in 2023.
Yeah, well, I'd say first off, it's 30 minutes. It's on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
So whatever we talk about, we're obviously not going to cover everything. But if you want to go watch it, it's 30 minutes long. It's not bad. I actually watched it today, just real quick.
Yeah, so, it's very bite-sized. It doesn't take too long to go through it. It's neat. If you have a favorite personality, they'll talk over it. Go watch them instead. It's much more entertaining.
Yeah.
They had a heavy emphasis on the beginning of PlayStation VR 2.
Yes.
Because they had several games. They had they had a new game in the Horizon Zero Dawn universe with a new protagonist. That apparently has disembodied hands.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I guess for VR it makes sense, but like watching footage of VR is just always funny because
it was crazy. It was just these wrists.
Yeah, just his wrist, just like the
hands.
The wrist
It
gloves.
had nothing behind the wrist.
Yeah.
They were like pulling a vine out of the way or reaching for the handheld as you leaped for this ledge and you saw the chalk there and you.
I guess it's like that, or do you put the
gun.
arms in and then you have your arms missing? Like if you happen to look so far, like you won't see, but it's an arm hanging. I guess the decision was like, let's just do wrists. That's it. We'll leave it there.
Didn't Rayman? You remember Rayman in the Rabbids Ubisoft? Rayman. Didn't Rayman just have hands and no arms?
I feel like that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So very much like that. Very super colorful, but I mean that's Horizon Zero Dawn. So
yeah, the game looked pretty. And I was thinking to play that in VR would probably be pretty cool.
It looked slow.
But I also was thinking, like, but how would you play this? Because like the footage they showed us didn't really show us like movement, like how you would move to.
Well, there was
place.
the jumping forward to the ledge and the climbing up the wall, which isn't walking movement. Because I get what you're saying, because the movement we saw, like they were sitting in a boat and going along, but they did have the movement of like dodging to the side when a dinosaur mech was coming at them, right? So they had some combat movement, but I get what you're saying. Like you're moving around the world. How are you doing that without getting sick?
Yeah, it seemed interesting. Like watching footage of it recorded in a 2D space, right? Like it seems interesting.
Yeah. It also seemed super slow during the action. Like
because I mean you're basically trying to
which I would think the opposite because like naturally like if I want to point to something I can point to it fast, right? Even if I'm using like a device in my hand, you would think that you could aim faster in VR. So why are they slowing stuff down so much?
I don't know. It's probably because the censoring. Like if you try to pull it back, it may not register like the bow action or something. Because there was a lot of bow heavy weapon. Like it was all about using the bow. So it's like
or maybe it is to keep you from getting sick.
Oh, that too. Right. I mean, VR it's coming. It's still not there yet. It's pretty good. but it depends on the person. So
speaking of getting sick in VR, because the next 2 games, maybe 3 games that they said for VR was a complete remake of Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 4 was a very popular in the Resident Evil series. But they didn't just like remaster. It's a completely new remake in a modern Resident Evil engine, with new actors. Like there was this, there's this actress. I want to say Dutch, but I'm probably wrong. That said, she's the face actress for Ashley in the game. But that's going to be both a remake and it's in VR, so that's going to be interesting. And then they said that they did the most recent Resident Evil Village 7, 8
V12, so 5, 6, 7.
7. Yeah, I don't know. The most recent one with the tall lady.
With the ladies, yeah.
With the tall French lady. And they're doing that in VR as well. And then so if you think of Resident Evil as zombie games, which the most recent one's much more than just zombies. Obviously, they're vampire women in it, along with other things.
Spoiler.
That part wasn't spoiled. The other things, the fact that she is in a minuscule part of that game, like a 10th of that game, is a spoiler because she's in a small part of that game.
Super spoiler.
Yeah, you should play that game, Mike, for an event coming up.
Thanks, appreciate it.
But then they said another zombie game, which I think is also in VR, and that was what was the name of it?
I forgot about the name.
I didn't know there was.
It's The Walking Dead. It was a Walking Dead game,
but they called it something.
I don't remember. I'll be quite honest.
Down.
I wasn't very moved by the intro of this state of play, like the VR stuff, because I get it. Like,
I didn't care about the VR stuff.
They're making it VR. The Horizon thing is pretty cool. Like seeing a new game, essentially, like new flow, not like a remake, not like taking a game that's already out and making it VR.
Well,
and the zombie one to me, just I don't know. That as soon as I saw Walking Dead on the name, I was like, I'm out.
The only thing that I think is exciting about those games is that we have not had. If you think about it, we have not had that many full games in VR.
True. Very true.
And the fact that they're nailing 4 off the bat, and I'm not even interested in them really. I just think that's kind of
neat. And I will say, it did seeing several of them, it did make me want to kind of drive to your house and play a VR game. Phoenix, just to be clear. I've been interested in VR, still haven't pulled the trigger on anything.
I've got the room for it.
Yeah, you do. You really have the room in the space. Yeah. So it did tempt me a little bit. So
yeah. But that's the ones that didn't interest me.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, I'll say some of the ones that interest me and actually show a little bit of them as well. But I can tell you one of the exciting ones that I liked that I'm not even a fan of this type of game, but I liked the new Street Fighter 6 that was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And one, it looks freaking gorgeous. The like neon effects on some of these hits, the paint effects on some of these hits that they do.
The detail in the background.
Look at that glow. Look at the paint here. Yeah. It's very stylistic.
I don't know. I feel like we hit the wall on fighting games like a few years ago. Like they all to me just look so real. But there's like how
well, that's why I
how
like
much
about this
further
one is it doesn't look real.
Well, I'm just saying, but how much further can we go with fighting games? Like they're just 2D. Like it's hard.
This one's very nostalgic too, though. Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to play Chun-Li every time. And it didn't matter who I was playing against and what I should have been choosing. I played Chun-Li. End of story. Yeah. So.
Well, the question is, what's
it's interesting that you say that too. because one of the interesting things about this is with what Mike's saying, like, where are we going to go next with a fighting game, is that this seems to be one of the first fighting games where people think that it's going to be an open world that you'll be able to walk around in.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same game.
This is insane.
This looks a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally the same game. Oh, there's your Chun-Li.
There she is.
And now other people are saying it's not open world, that's the single player story mode, which is fine too, because
also
that's
great.
still like you're walking around and you're like maybe picking fights with people. They showed a fight where you were fighting against that's pretty slick. That was a good kick. That was almost, I don't know if you saw that. That was almost a comic book aesthetic there. Let me rewind that for a second. See here. Okay. So here we go. You're fighting two different like NPC guys. So that's kind of cool. That's probably in story mode.
And the other thing to mention with the story mode is in that setting where you saw the person running around the city, they were wearing like a hoodie. It's almost like a character that you built.
Yeah.
Like your player character. Like not a normal hero that we're usually playing.
Okay, watch when Chun-Li flips over the other girl. Oh wait, or did I go the wrong way? I thought I rewound it.
The wrong way.
I probably went the wrong way because I'm back to the cool. There we go. So this is interesting because I think this was another aesthetic that almost looked like a comic book aesthetic. Well, it's still in the wrong place. Oh well, whatever.
Right here. This is it.
There you go.
See, watch when she kicks her in the head. See, look at that. Very comic book.
Oh yeah.
Right? So there's all these different artistic aesthetics that are going on in. I'm not a fighting person guy. A fighting game guy. I like mashing the buttons a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be pretty cool to play.
My thumbs are already sore watching that. Yeah.
I mean, I played a lot when I was younger. I mean, I don't know, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, like those were, it was, I played those before, I'm not going to say before they were cool, but before like people got really competitive, I felt like with it. Like before it was like, oh God, I need a hitbox. I need to go fight in a tournament and like do like all these things. Like, I'm like, there's no way I would do that now. Like, there's no way. I was not that good. Like, I would do foot sweep, and that was it. Like, that was my go-to. So.
Yes.
Get him in the corner, foot sweep.
What stood out for you?
So Stray definitely stood out for me. It was Mike was saying like, it looks puzzly. I loved the cat. I wanted to say that the cat's in your background.
Look what this asshole does. Knocks over those bottles.
Like every cat I've ever owned. And like any of my cat family members have done this. Yes. So it looks super cute.
It's like a cat parkour simulator.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and that's a good
this
point.
Puzzly part here, like you clearly the cat has to dodge stuff, and it's got the puzzle element that definitely intrigued me.
Well, the movement of the cat too, I think, was one of the parts that stood out to me. Because like Brian just said, parkour. Like if you see him, he does a quick motion in the trailer. Like he goes up and he goes down, but he kind of like he jumps, but he kind of like gracefully falls with just like no weight, almost like you put all your weight to like just get to the top of the ledge kind of thing. And you can see that because that's what cats do, and it seems very realistic in that sense. So I mean, this game has been announced for a while. And I think it's actually coming to PC too. I think it's on the Steam store as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of these are coming to PC.
But yeah, it's I was just excited about that one just to see a little more of the trailer for it. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, Stray definitely stuck out for me. There was another game I think that one of you guys, I don't remember who.
I can tell you one that I'm interested in, and we've been running long, so I'll say this one quick. This is just cool because of the aesthetic. Very creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people saw this and they were like, Dead Space. Well, that's because some of the developers of Dead Space, especially with the health bar on the neck, some of the developers of Dead Space are actually involved in this. Maybe the same studio, but don't quote me on that. It's creepy AF.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's looks like it's going to have some jump scares. It's not the creepy that I think Zycia is going to do very much because it's very zombie-ish.
No.
But boy, are they gooey and in many ways unstoppable. I think the best scene is he walks by one of them that's frozen. And right here, he walks by and its eye opens after he turns away from it.
And see, I thought the coolest part was him literally hanging upside down.
Yeah.
Like having the perspective actually of being hung upside down and something walking towards you. I thought that was pretty creepy. Like,
because the perspective was normal at first. In fact, it's coming up here. I think.
It's right here.
There he is.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this thing's upside down. You're like, oh no,
wait, no,
I'm upside down.
So
that's the Callisto project. Callisto being a moon of
Protocol.
Jupiter.
Protocol.
Yeah, the Callisto protocol.
Okay.
That's right. And that's going to be coming out. That's actually coming out this year, December 2nd this year. So I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
It's going to be too late for Shocktober.
It'll get pushed out. That ain't going to make it this year.
It might not.
Well, and Stray's supposed to be coming out on July 19th, which was pretty cool.
could see that coming out. Because like I said, I've seen that in the works for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The rest of that stuff, probably not.
And for our friends that we just interviewed at Tertiop Studios,
yeah,
we were talking about a roller derby game, and sure enough, Roller Dome is the
drone.
Roller Drone.
Yeah. And with the slow mo, I could.
Sorry to be Kelly tonight, like correcting you on two things.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. So
I love it.
Someone like her. There's so much slowdown in slow mo in this that this has got to be a single player only, but still, it's pretty stylistic.
It's stylistic. I don't, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if this is something that I could see spending a lot of time on. Like, it seems fun. Like, watch the trailer, I'm like, man, if I was playing this right now, that'd be cool. But I could see this kind of getting old quickly. It just depends on the gameplay. Like, how good the story is. But I mean, it's kind of like Tony Hawk. You're doing moves and trying to get like combos and stuff at the same time you're shooting things. So it'll be interesting to see a little bit more about that.
That's a good comparison.
Go up off of a ramp, bust through a skylight as you're doing a twisting flip, bust back through the next skylight and shoot someone. What do you want?
Right. And on that note, give us a few minutes here. We're going to take a quick break and listen to, well, you're going to listen to a word from our sponsors. And we have returned.
Without the fingers. Two changes for the price of one.
Oh, man.
Weird. And we've returned? That feels weird.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So
no, it's
I
not
know
great.
We've been talking about Sony games and the state of play to come, but I don't really want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about games that we've been playing. Yes. And I know now that we've had some time, we actually have games that we've been playing. So let's talk about that.
Sweet.
Oddly enough, I've actually been playing games, which I had not been playing games that much recently.
Right. I hadn't either, but
now we have so much time.
I picked up this little game called Golf Gang. Now, I don't like golf. Like, I cannot stress to you how much I love golf. Do not like golf. Golf Gang, however, is fun because it's got a little bit of. First of all, that's my little golf guy with a backpack there, and he's orangish and he's got little eyes.
So this is your footage, right? We're watching you play.
This is me playing.
Okay.
You aim and fire just like you'd expect golf. That was a terrible one. That was so terrible right there. You can ricochet. The cool thing is you're like golf. You are going for a number of strokes.
Yeah, always.
But
always
unlike golf,
stroking.
You're also going for a time. You are being graded on both. And you can do strokes in midair while you're still moving.
I noticed that, yeah.
Now, you can't do it right away. You have to wait a certain amount of time, but you can just, so to speed things up, sometimes you're doing stuff in the air. And I mean, in the air, this one gets kind of crazy. Not this, this course does, not this early on. But there, I just didn't do the last stroke because I was close enough. I was like, it's going to bounce in. Do I save time by doing another stroke or do I lose a stroke? Right. And so you're judged on your speed on this. It's fun. You go through and you pick up these little coins, pick up by, here we go. Here's air. Check this out.
Oh,
I did so terrible the first time. I'm gliding. This is the first time I'd ever glided. That was terrible. Yep, because I still hadn't learned how to glide on this. This is now this is going to be a terrible one too. I think totally missed it. And I'm like, fine. I'm just going to get closer first. But no, you need to be quick because I'm going to do terrible here because my time is so long on this one. Here, I'll hit the balloon. Oh, I missed the balloon, so it messed me up. Because the balloon will pop and it'll give you a little bit of a bump.
Okay.
But and then I'm still going to do a shot in the air and then save myself from going off the edge.
Okay.
So there's a lot of neat little things that just while you're playing this, it's just there's moving objects like you would see in mini golf because I do like mini golf. I like mini golf.
Oh,
so you got moving objects, you got like these different effects that you couldn't do in the real world. This glide is just amazing. And then like you're like, oh, you time it so that you can shoot and hit the next glide, and then you time it so you hit the next one. So there's a lot of I was really happy about this particular one. So for right about here, I was so good right to that point. This is a fun game. It's I think I don't know. I think it's only like $4.
So my question is, it's called Golf Gang.
Golf Gang.
Is this a multiplayer game? Can you play with your friends?
Yes, it is multiplayer. Shit. And here's the cool thing about the multiplayer is that you have collision on with the other players. And there's some little vending machine things around, and I haven't quite figured them out 100%, but if I'm correct, the vending machines you will be able to purchase items from, including like making yourself explode. There's the vending machines right there. I'm about to hit one. I think you can make yourself explosive, so when people hit you, they go careening off.
Blast off.
It's a multiplayer game.
Okay. So
nice.
I was wondering, like, where's the gang?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's super cool.
I'd been playing a couple things, but the first one I played was called Settlement Survival, and you can find it on Steam. It's about $20. I don't know if it's on sale currently, $20 or $30. But it's much in the same wheelhouse that I play, which is basically I get off work and then I want to play more work. So all it is it literally you have to survive a settlement that you start, and you have little buildings that you place down. And it's a city management game. So like you don't have to click on people and assign them jobs. You just have to build the job, and then the job it'll fulfill automatically with people based on how many people you have in your city.
Wouldn't that be nice in the real world?
And then you can manually assign those and reassign and stuff like that if you want to. But the idea is like you start off, you have to have a house. Like you have 10 people. Well, you have to build houses for them to live in. Then you have to build a water well for them to fetch water so they can have water. Then you got to build like something to collect trees, and so you keep doing all these different things, and you get to the point where you have like your pastures for different animals, and all this technology. You start going into building glass and getting your hospitals and doing all this stuff, and it's still all like very medieval style, not like anything futuristic. But you also have environmental things. So like there's earthquakes, there's floods, and they do different things. So like literally I had a flood come in, and like the river that my city is based on, or the town I was based on, is like you see it rise, and it literally floods the whole city, and it kills basically all of your crops. And then like if you have any wild animals that are just in the area, they actually die as well. So like you literally are now going into the next season, because it's all based on your rotation. Your crops get planted like in the spring, and then by the fall you harvest, and then basically this hit right at harvest. So I lost all my crops for the year, and now I had nothing. So I had to go into the winter with like no crops. And yeah, it's a very much like planning game where you have to think ahead of
so you're saying what you're trying to go for. You were playing Settlement Survival, and then you started playing Settlement I'm Going to Die.
Basically. And then the other thing that is kind of interesting too is they also introduce they have, so you get these other settlers that come through, immigrants is what they call them, and they basically say, hey, can we live here? And you can say yes or no. And if you say yes, then they become part of your society. Just like immigrants and just like how things work, they also can bring diseases. So
like the
you're
white
thriving.
people.
You're thriving. Everything's fantastic. And then all of a sudden, this one person comes in with cholera and now starts spreading cholera. Whatever. Okay. We don't have to go there. And it basically starts spreading it to everybody in your town. And if you don't have the right like research of your hospital research, whatever, you can basically be screwed. And then like it just exponentially go from there. There's also happiness and stuff, so you have to keep your people happy. And like if not, then they start committing murders.
And
then you have like murders in your town,
serious.
But if you banish them, people get upset because that's like their family member, and it's like, so it's the whole thing. Like there's all kinds of things going on, and you're constantly trying to progress your town and your city by building new technology, but at the same time you got to have people to work those places. So just because I build a new pasture, if I don't have anybody to farm it, then it's just going to sit there. Or if I don't have anybody to build it and bring the resources that I have or don't have, that'll happen. So it's a really neat game. It's definitely a not a set it and forget it type of resource management game, but it's very much like in the vein of like a Cities, where you can kind of leave it on, but you kind of need to pay attention for it and speed it up a little bit. Also, people have said it's related to Banished, or in the same vein house of a game called Banished. So if you're into that game, this is a game to check out. But yeah, so far having a lot of good time with it. A lot of videos I've seen were like, I guess, alpha or early access, and it looks much better than the videos on YouTube. So if you do watch that, I would say check it out for real. But it was fun. It was a good time.
Cool.
That one's $14.99 on Steam. Golf Gang was $10 on Steam.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Sorry, Kelly.
No, you're good. No, important information. So I started playing The Day We Fought Space, which was the team that we interviewed a couple weeks ago. And the game is just as amazing as they said it would be. So The Day We Fought Space, it has incredible graphics, cool gameplay. On my iPhone, it's available only through the Apple iPhone app. So, but during the interview, they were telling us about how there's different mechanics with the right thumb, left thumb, and then you can move. And so I remembered all of that information and definitely used some of it. And as I said during the interview, I'm not really great at games, but I'm going to give this one a shot because I'm going to try it out still. It's still a lot of fun, even being so bad. There is a part after getting to the first boss where it says in a very nice way, and I should have taken a screenshot of it. Hey, do you want to maybe change some of the difficulty? Like it doesn't reference specifically difficulty, but you know what they're saying. And I was like, well, yes, I do. You can skip past it, but there is an option to do that. And I was like, yeah. So I was definitely able to get further along than before. So, but some of the features, things come at you pretty quickly for the most part, but that's what she said. But it is a really cool game. Like we were talking about, the graphics are pretty incredible. Little comic booky. It's great colors. I just thought it was super cute. So definitely check it out.
But it's only available for iOS users.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the Apple Store and you have an iPad or iPhone, you can check it out.
And I think it was like only $3.
Oh,
or something like
it was
that.
like $3.99 or $2.99. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So I decided to go in the Wayback Machine because I'm sure we've all seen something like this before. Whether you played like Resident Evil.
Okay. I was like, a gun?
Where's the
yeah.
herbs?
I mean, maybe.
Except that this game is called Save Room. because what this game is this
Tetris? Oh my god!
It's inventory Tetris.
No,
it's a puzzle game where you have to fit everything into your inventory.
I can't
before
right
you go to the next level. Oh, I forgot to do the Easter egg that you can actually spin the egg, but it doesn't matter because it's only a 1 cube thing.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm not going to spoil everything of how it progresses, but it's very interesting because you can get to these certain areas and you're like, I don't get it. I can't make everything fit. And you're like, how do I make things fit? And you'll actually see some of this coming up. There are ways to make things fit. So here I got some ammo.
Oh.
What?
You actually made everything fit.
I made everything fit on this one, yes.
That's also what she said.
It's also what that's what he. Yes. So yeah, and you get some interesting shaped guns that make it very difficult. And while you have to fit everything in the inventory on the left side, you also have to remember that to be able to put something over on the right side, it has to have room over there too. So while it's not as much of a puzzle to put on the other side, you can't just plop things down over there. You got to pay attention. And
so, what are the eggs for?
The eggs are just a 1x1, so that you have to fit them in somewhere too. And
are you supposed to eat the eggs?
I don't know, but
obviously this isn't my backpack. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
Are they hard boiled?
It's a weapon. They're a weapon.
Do you have a cooler?
You've got to make everything fit. And
all I know is you have to make everything.
You got to make everything fit.
We don't question why the person has eggs. Okay.
Yeah, right. But that may come into play. Now, now they're a 1x1, so they fit into the little 1 slots. Like you'll see here, you'll see how I got that. I fit that there. I can get my 1x2s in there, and there's 3.
There you go.
Spots left for my eggs.
So, wait, is this literally just fitting guns and eggs?
Just a puzzle game.
It's saving
room.
That's
all this
Stop it.
This is just a puzzle game.
But it has to do with guns, ammo, and eggs.
These are all things you find in Resident Evil. In fact, you'll find the plants later that you can the
herbs. That's all I was saying. Like that's what I remember.
Okay.
Later on, you'll get into the herbs. Not that kind of herb, unfortunately.
Car.
So it gets interesting as you move along, because like this one, I'm like, oh, everything fit. Watch, everything fit. Oh, can't go forward. You got to reload your guns. And check this out. You reload the guns and all the ammo fits in there, and I could fit another 1x2 on each of the slots if I wanted to. So you get this puzzle aspect of where you got to combine stuff, because you can combine certain powders to make the bullets. So you're like, oh, I've got to combine these powders so I can make the bullets for this gun. And I haven't memorized what they were in the past from the game, but I figured it out in this game. Plus, you can right click on these different things and you can examine them, and it'll tell you things like, oh, this gun will hold X amount of these shells, and this gun holds X amount of these shells. So you might have this amount of shells, right? If you put it in the wrong gun, they all will fit in it, but the other gun will have 0 and you can't continue.
Oh.
You have to put it in the other gun first, which only holds 7 cartridges, and then the remaining one will go in the other one that holds 12 cartridges, so they both have some ammo. See there, I just examined something. They can both, you can't see it too well because it's on the bottom of the screen, but it tells you descriptions of things. RF ammo, and it's got a whole bunch of information under it. So, yeah, see how I'm combining ammo to be able to get it to fit, and then I'm putting ammo into guns to get it to fit, and stacking things, and this will be a good example, because some of the ammo goes in the guns, some of it has to be combined so that it takes up less space. Because I've got 6.
I would be into this if it wasn't guns and ammo. Even if it was eggs and
but there's
something else. Yeah, just a little sensitive to guns now.
You don't like RPGs and
yeah, there's an RPG. That's not.
Yeah, but like this is literally all it is. It's literally just
okay. Here we go.
Saving room.
So
yeah,
notice
there's no shooting anybody. It's not like
no
getting
shooting.
the next level and like, doing this other thing and saving the world. And no,
You sound upset, like you'd want that or something.
I'd like to point out in the upper
world?
left-hand corner, you notice I have my health monitor there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on the next one, the next puzzle, notice the health monitor's color now.
Oh.
So what does that mean?
Well, let me flip off to make it a little bit, because I'll probably examine. I think I'm
flip off.
Not that kind of flip off. I'm going to examine something here, and I want you to be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit and then bring it back. There we go.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it? Is that?
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make these two guns fit and to fit everything else. That actually took me a little bit of time, because they all have odd shapes to them, and you got to
Yeah.
So, and I know the pistol is 3 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So I'm like, well, that's not going to fit there. So I mess around with it. I should figure out in a minute. There's 40 or 60 levels. I think it's 40 levels. There's 40 levels, right? 40 puzzles. This game, it doesn't take that long to go through. I think I went through this whole game in like 3 hours, maybe. $1.59.
Okay. Yeah, still not
playing it.
This game is
under $2 on Steam. And hours of entertainment of just like, how do I see now there I figured out how to put the pistol in. Now I'm like, okay, I can load all these things up. And I've got room to fit it. You can see I've got room to fit everything. Nope, can't go on. Life's too low. So I examined the first aid spray. Completely
restore your health. Oh yeah, I definitely use that shit.
Yeah. So that's another thing, is you can use things to make room. Like they will give you too many things to fit in there, and that you have to use something and reload guns and combine things and all this stuff in order to fit all the things. So it progresses as you go on, being a little bit more complex and bringing on new mechanics. It's never like overly complex where you couldn't figure it out, with a little bit of experimentation and playing. And I've had to restart a couple, but for under $2 and like the 3 to 4 hours entertainment I got out of it, totally worth it.
For sure.
Save room.
Yeah.
Save room. That's something I could do in the next game that I played. So I picked up a game that I hadn't bought and I did not want to pay for, because I was anti wanting to play this game for a while until it was free. And then it became a good price. And then I picked it up. So I'm talking about Borderlands 3. It was available free on the Epic Game Store.
I was going to say, and what was that price?
Free 99. So
free
they
99. Nice.
They gave us a free game for the mega sale they were doing, and I took that, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. There was some reasons why in the past I didn't want to play it. It's Ashley Birch, who's huge into the Borderlands 2 series, along with her brother. I think it's Anthony. They did a lot of the story and a lot of the character sound, like the voice acting, and a lot of just the whole thing. And it really, Borderlands 2 is something special for sure. So when this game came out, Ashley Birch, I don't believe, is a part of the project on this one, or Anthony was either. So that was right off the bat. People were like, all right, this game's going to suck. And, obviously it came out, people started talking trash about it. And it's just, and a lot of it has to do with what I think from now playing it, has a lot to do with they're trying to compare it to Borderlands 2, which you can't. I mean, it's a whole different game. Same style, same everything.
Well, I was going to say, it's not a whole different game.
I mean, the same gameplay, same sort of like missions and antics and things, but
billions and billions of guns.
Yeah. Right. And
all
it's
extremely similar, so it doesn't matter.
Right. No, they're not very similar. Sort of. But anyway, the point is I started playing it, me and Captain E actually, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. We both kind of went into this going like, yeah, we're going to play it. I don't think it's going to be great. We'll see what happens. And we're actually to the point now we're like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. We've done all the side quests. We've literally, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't played it, but we got to a point that we had no idea was coming. And we were like, wow, this actually just changed the game. I didn't expect this at all. And so it's been really fun, checking out the new classes, the new abilities that you get with those classes. Like I'm currently playing the gunner who has like a mech that I can jump into. And he refers to me as being Iron Man because I pretty much look like the Iron Man suit 1.0 when he first builds, when Tony Stark builds it inside the cave. So I basically jump in this like Iron Man suit and I just start like shooting lasers, and he just says like, he just jumps behind me and he's just like, just go do your thing. Like I'll just be back here.
I'll just be back here pop shotting a couple times.
Yeah. So it's been pretty cool like that.
They won't.
And what's neat about it is the way that the tree is built out on this one now is you always have like 3 different specials you can go pick from, and you can kind of put points in certain ones. The way this one's built is like once you hit the first tier, there's 2 options on the left and right of that tier that you can select without costing anything. It's just like unlocked with this level. So for example, my mech warrior, when I got to the first tier, I was able to, because initially I have like 2 lasers that just shoot like laser beams. But then I was able to unlock a right fist that I can attach to one of my mech's hands. So I can actually punch something really hard. Yeah. And then the left one, I actually added incendiary to it. So like I actually can burn things with my laser instead of just shooting a laser beam. So and things like that keep unlocking as you go. So it's just been really neat. I'm actually pretty impressed with the game. Like I said, $3.99, can't pass it up. It was definitely a good price to play.
Who are the antagonists in the game?
So the ones that I've noticed so far, I don't remember their names, but they're like a brother and sister, I think. They almost remind me of Team Rocket is what they reminded me of so far. It was like very much like them fist bumping and like doing this whole like song and dance thing. It was
because they're influencers.
Oh, right. Wait, they are. Yes.
That's the bad guys are streamer influencers.
They're streamer influencers. Exactly.
Oh my God. Yes. No, I did not know this.
Yes.
Yeah, they're basically at one of the parts, I don't want to spoil it, something happens and they're like, let's film it. And they like pull out their like phone or whatever. And they're like, she's like, yeah, I'm here live as I'm about to do this thing. And like, make sure to click like and subscribe and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the heck is this garbage? But yeah, I mean, much of the
what is this garbage I've said
take out the
before?
Yeah. So it's been fun. Like I said, it's not Borderlands 2, but I'm going into this not looking at it to be a successor of Borderlands 2. It's just a different game, and it's very much fun. So we're having a lot of fun with that. We'll see what happens with it. So
awesome.
But that brings us to the end of our show. I know it's sad. I'm so sorry. We'll talk to you guys soon. But in the meantime, if you do want to check out our website, sassgaming.com, we do post, which we haven't posted in a while. I need to post something. Maybe somebody will do something. I don't know. But you can find our podcasts on there, our videos, all of that stuff, all our social links and everything are on there as well. And feel free to subscribe. You can actually see when we post new articles and new blog posts and things like that. So that's fun. If you want to support us a little bit more, than just subscribing and such, you can check out our patreon.com/sassgaming, which will unlock 2 levels. We have one level at $2 and one level at $5, depending on what you want to do. Basically, get your name in the credits for the end of the podcast videos. You'll get special rights inside the Discord. You'll also be able to get our YouTube or our Patreon YouTube videos first, so that you'll get to hear everything and listen to everything before we even publish it live for everybody else.
See everything.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Definitely check us out on there. And other than that, that's pretty much what got our attention this week. So we love you. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Until next time. See ya.